So this is lesson 9.3, D as in dog in college trigonometry. Hopefully this will be the last video. We are in example 10 on page 419, and they give us log with a base A. I'm going to make my pen smaller, of x plus 6 minus log base A of x plus 2, and we're going to set that equal to log base A of x. Okay, so we don't really care what our base is. I mean, it's A, but it's not going to do anything weird. Now we've got a minus sign here. One of the things that's really important, logarithmic equations cannot be solved if you have two logarithms on the same side. So we must take our equation and transform it so that each side contains an expression with only one logarithm. So we have 2 here, but we have a minus sign, so I can rewrite this as log base A of x plus 6. That minus says divide. And now I only have one logarithm on each side of the equation. So that makes life a lot easier. Now, remember, when I was looking for the exponents, when I had a variable and an exponent, I took the logarithm of both sides. Well, when I've got the logarithm with the same base on both sides, I can take them off, just like I can put them on. Okay? Now I solve. So I'm going to put that over 1. And if you remember, algebraically, we can just cross multiply, and that gives me x plus 6 equals x times x plus 2. Wow, this looks like simple algebra. So we have x squared plus 2x. I'm just switching these around because I like my stuff on the left. Okay, subtract x from both sides. Subtract 6, and that equals 0. Okay, now I can do my 2 binomials. Just factor it, an x, a 3, and a 2 equals 0, and that's going to be plus, and that's going to be minus. So my x value equals negative 3, or positive 2. Okay, if you look on page 402, section 9.2, one of the things that it says is that the a and the x both must be numbers greater than 0. My x here is not greater than 0 here, so negative 3 doesn't work. We can only use 2 for this answer for our solution set. So something to keep in mind. Oh, and I guess they say that at the top of page 420, that the domain, the x portion, has to be a number between 0 and infinity. It cannot be a negative number. Alright, so let's do, looks like 2 more examples, and then we'll be stinking done. Alright, let's clear some of this out. Alright, so we are ready for example number 11. Log of 3x plus 2 plus log x minus 1 equals 1. Alright, so notice what we've got again. We've got logarithms on both sides. I'm doing this one different than the book does. The way the book does it seems really a lot more complicated. So, anyway, we've got a plus sign here. So remember that plus sign means multiply. Okay, that doesn't look too bad. Let's see. I only have one logarithm. I don't have one over here. So I'm going to change this into exponential form. Alright, so what is the base to this logarithm? It's not there, so it's an assumed 10 to the first power and I get that. Well, I can deal with that. I use my FOIL method, and I get 10 equals 3x squared minus x minus 2. Bring that 10 over, and I get 3x squared minus x minus 12, and that equals 0. And I solve this, and the only way you're going to be able to solve that is using the quadratic formula. And again, you're going to get 1 plus or minus the square root of 1 plus 144 over 6. Alright, let's look at this real quick. If this is 1 plus 144 and I take the square root of 144 is 12. So 1 plus, obviously it's going to be the square root of 145, so it's going to be a number a little bit bigger than 12 here. So 1 plus a number bigger than 12 is going to be 13ish divided by 6 is over 2, positive. But if I do the 1 minus 12, I get negative 11 over 6, which gives me a negative answer. So this negative portion here doesn't work because it will give me a negative x. Remember what I said, x can't be negative. So it's 1 plus the square root of 1 plus 144 all over 6. That ends up being your answer. Okay, so one more example, and we will be not only done with this section, but done with the whole stinking book. Okay, so let's look at ln e ln of x. Ooh, that looks hairy. Minus ln x minus 3 equals, talk about hairy. My wife and Tristan convinced me yesterday, we're in New Mexico right now, late November, to shave my head so my hair is, I was bald enough as it was, but I'm like really bald right now. Okay, anyway. Let's look and see what we have here. I think the book did a real crummy job teaching some of these truths, but this particular truth is supposedly in section 9.2, although I don't think it is. E to the ln of x equals x. So e to the ln of a number, whatever it is, will equal that because these two will end up canceling out. Okay? So, this here ends up being just x. So I'm just going to write that as ln of x minus ln of x minus 3 equals ln of 2. Okay, so this here just is equal to x. Alright, that minus sign, remember we have to get one ln, one logarithm here, so I can do that pretty simple by writing that over that, and that equals ln of 2. Okay, so like I say, if you're not getting this, don't worry about it, because in college algebra we will go into it again and it'll start making sense. Now right here, remember I have an ln on both sides, which means I can make them go away. Okay, and then I cross multiply. So 2x minus 6 equals x, and I get 1x minus 6 equals 0, and therefore x equals 6. And that's my answer. Okay, so your homework assignment, let's just kind of glance at that really quick, is 23 to 45 odd. And we do some things with the pH and the hydronium ions. So you've already done some of those. And then we get, in fact, no, I'm throwing out 43 and 45. So I think it's just a 41 odd. And then we're going to do number 49 with the earthquake intensity. They give you the formula. And Shouldn't have any problem with that one. And then we're going to jump to 63 to 91. And that's doing what I just did. And then we're going to jump to number 99. They give you the formula, you're just plugging in numbers, and you shouldn't have any problem getting the answer on that one. So that is it for the entire college trig class. If you made it through here and got a C or better, you are off and running. You've got a college course out of the way. All right, that's it.